that point, everyone is holding their action. You're doing your attack simultaneously.
Nice.
So.
He's in that fairy fire, right?
He is currently, yeah.
So you get advantage, yo.
He didn't see it being cast. He withdrew before it happened, so he steps right into it.
All right, starting with bad news with a sharpshooter.
Okay.
We get advantage on attack roll.
Yeah, he's in the fairy fire. Okay. So you don't have to be in the fairy fire. You just have to have him be in the fairy fire, I guess. You get advantage.
14.
14 unfortunately misses. You fire and it seems that in a strange way the gentle pink dust is actually obscuring your vision with a dark shadow in that vicinity, and it just blasts a piece of rock off the side of the wall.
Firing again.
So fire, reload.
What the hell? Better. 26.
26 does hit. Go and roll damage.
That's. Oh, thank you.
That's pizza. All right, so he's rolling damage. Do they actually kill the entity and then destroy? I mean, they must have to kill the entity first, Orthax, because that's how it goes down in the show. I was thinking in this they might have destroyed the gun to destroy the Orthax. I think they go through this whole battle and then the gun is like, we might have to watch this whole episode, which I'm not hating because it's all good stuff related to the show. I mean, just like extensive scenes.
Hit, but it appears like the
but I love
expected impact from the blast of bad news. A bit of smoke kind of dissipates its impact, and it seems to not be as damaging as you expected it to be.
Great.
All right, that brings us to the next person who is holding their action. I believe Scanlan, you were. What do you want to do?
There's precious little I can do. So, I will viciously mock it.
Good.
Through the hand cone, I will say, don't you know, smoking is the #1 cause of cancer.
I love it, but isn't he just going to draw attention to his little gnome self?
Estimated 10 to 20 years. It's not cool, and you shouldn't do it.
Is that all true?
I'm BSing.
I was going to say, is that true? I was like, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I'm like, does it really shorten your life by 10 to 20 years?
4 psychic damage.
Yes.
Roll that.
Yes.
That's like 20% of most people's lives. 25% maybe.
5 points.
Yeah.
Damage. Boom.
And it has disadvantage on what?
On its next attack roll. As it just kind of like, its eyes go darker purple for a second, like it can't contemplate.
It can't contemplate it got hurt.
Insulted mid-battle, and then they flare up again.
But now won't it strive to attack Scanlan, or it's all about Percy?
Oh, yes. Oh, shit. Okay.
My ears.
It turns towards you.
Oh my god, my ear hurts just from having this on so long.
What languages do you speak?
Gnome. Common.
Gnome common.
Okay.
All right, we're still in battle.
A muttering through your
What are
ears.
we at here? There is only 30 minutes of this entire episode
you feel
left.
your field of vision close down like it's focused entirely on you. You're currently marked by its mark of vengeance.
Oh.
Marked.
Yeah. So essentially, there's an effect that's intent on you at the moment.
Is it a charm effect?
Nope.
Damn it.
All right, that ends your held
Fear
action.
effect?
No.
Damn it.
You're up.
Yeah, I saw muttering Scanlan's here as I take both my blades and I'm just going to slash both of them across. And he's surrounded, so this is sneak attack as well.
Yes.
With advantage. The first one is 16. Oh no! And the second one is 27.
Second one hits.
All right.
You go to strike the first time, and as you swing outward, you just catch smoke, and it kind of dissipates around the blade, and you stab it into the side of the wall.
Okay.
Second attack.
Here comes that sneak attack damage. That's 4 plus 6 is 10 plus. Sneak attack, motherfucker. 10, 16.
29.
26, 28.
How much power does this entity have? Because I feel like we're nearing over 100 points of damage.
My math is awesome.
Okay. This blade, however, as you stab into this cloud of smoke, you feel that there is more physical presence where it was, and it sinks in, and you feel this reverberation as it reacts to the pain. This dull.
Matt said that earlier with Liam's blades. He said it kind of sunk into something.
On my roll, do I still get a bonus even after he?
You used the last turn. Because that was his reaction to you holding your action.
No, but do I get my bonus action as part of my move or no?
That would have had to be during your turn. When you hold your action, you just get the action when it
got
triggers.
Got it.
Trying to go over that more. All right, so that ends back.
Ah,
No. Oh, what am I? I'm
Right there.
right up against it.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna use disengage and back up further back by my sister. But is that Vex and Keyleth?
Right there, yeah.
I'm gonna move between my two favorite ladies.
yeah.
All right, there you go.
Gross.
Good to know.
Don't forget, Trinket
All
is
right,
kind of
and
in there,
You were holding your action.
and there's Percy.
And you were holding your action. So everyone make your attacks.
Yes. Here's my question,
Yes.
because I want to be honest, and I don't remember if I said I dipped arrows in the second holy oil flask, or if I put them on Trinket's claws. Do we remember?
You did all arrows.
All arrows.
arrows.
That's fine. Then I'm gonna shoot 2 more holy arrows at it.
Okay.
Okay, well I'll just roll for that.
Uh,
With advantage.
What was the point of that question? She wanted to know if she had undipped arrows that Trinket might be holding.
What just happened?
Well, one of those was a 14, so that hit. It was 14 and 8. 14 plus your attack. The second roll, she got a 1 and a 2. So
Seriously?
look at those rolls.
So
The first
one
two-
was a
I'm not doing it.
25, and
Eight
then
was 14,
and
eight
the other
14.
okay, and then 17.
17 misses,
I mean
unfortunately.
19 and a 25
What's the 19 from?
was the first roll, and the second.
Right, so you rolled a 1 and a 2 on.
I
No,
rolled-
that was
no,
the
no.
second roll. The first was
Oh,
an
I
8
see.
and 14 plus her modifiers.
Oh, see, I was rolling. I understand. I was rolling it in my head differently, but we'll count it as that. I was counting it as those are my first attempts at my first 2 attacks, and my second attempts at my
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what you were doing? Well, that's not the game, Laura. Thank you very much.
All right, so you can go for a limit
That's
on
good.
that.
I won't roll like that anymore.
Well, you can't. It's against my rules. I am Matt
Where am I?
Mercer's
That's
voice.
Radiant damage, and that's the eye.
You got it.
Here we go. All right. So.
All right.
12,
Oh, jeez, we got a smoke demon, don't you know?
17. 17 plus 5 is 24 points.
24 points of damage. So one of them flies forward and
22.
misses, kind of
22.
yeah, nearly grazes
Laura,
on top of your head.
What are you doing with your rolls?
You don't notice.
Get it right.
Right in his face. Second one manages to strike it and splinter inside of his torso, and you can see a flash of energy from the impact. And as it kind of surveys the area around it, the smoke around it gets even more and more intense, and you can see it flaring
Still
up.
against the wall, like glowing.
Yeah, so the smoke actually gets thicker and obscures it even further.
Do.
All right.
We should probably light up this area as much as possible. FYI.
Pike sounds good for that. Pike, light it up. Or Keyleth.
Flaming Warhammer. I turn and I swing at it.
Okay.
Show metal.
Oh, advantage. Hey, that's good. That's 28.
See, now, doesn't Grog technically have 2 attacks? Because he held his attack from last time.
Oh, it's
He held his attack from last time, so wouldn't he get like 2? Or did that happen? Some of it happens so quick, I'm not sure if I'm missing it or if I'm not following it, but hey, I'm doing my best.
1 for the first one
Okay.
with the radiant fiery damage.
Burning holy wrath.
Yeah, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Alrighty. Both hammer blows just strike it, kind of battering the smoke around, and you can see as this hammer swings through its body, the smoke almost swallows the light, and for a second, it's almost like this dull little orb of darkness beneath the surface of a deep lake. And then as the hammer merges its body, the light flares up again. It's almost like it's swallowing the light as you strike it. But it seems to be taking the impacts pretty hard. All right, that ends your turn. Now, Orthax can take his
Oh
turn.
no.
Orthax.
All right.
So he has not attacked in a while because he was going in and out of walls.
That's right, you're holding 2. Yeah, you can do it too. Thank you for reminding me.
Yay, Mike!
Ashes awake.
Okay, I'm gonna guiding bolt it.
That's right, because she was holding her attack. But I feel like there were so many other hold attacks.
Alright, so 46.
What level of guiding bolt are you doing?
Say one more time.
What level of guiding bolt are you casting?
Again, I'm gonna do it at 4th because I have a couple 4th level left.
Okay. So that'll be.
This could
So roll to
be
attack first.
the end.
You have advantage on the attack roll because it's currently inside fairy fire. So take the higher of the 2 rolls.
I would just like to say that Pike is very eerie yet beautiful in this iridescent glow of astral projection.
Thank you,
It's hard
Liam.
to hear her sometimes, but god damn it, she makes it look good.
Oh my god, I rolled a 1 and a natural 20.
But she gets the higher of the two, it said.
Okay.
I think this might kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, so at 4th level, that would be 7d6 radiant damage.
Whoa!
Is that
Wait,
double?
what did you cast?
Go ahead and roll that.
Roll the damage. Now she gets to roll the damage.
7d6
Yeah.
That's a lot of d6.
times
7d6 dice.
Because it's a crit.
It's crit. Oh, right, because that's it's straight dice rolls, or does she roll? Or does she roll dice twice?
No, for the purpose of ease, I usually double. I'm just confirming one thing real fast.
She's just blinded us all in holy light, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah. So go ahead
How
and
do you?
do
That's
your math.
hilarious. She rolls a 1 and a 20, but you take the best of your two. What a time.
Little. Yellow.
What was it? What was it, Pike?
21.
21
21. All right.
Times 2.
times 2.
Times 2.
Please.
Yep. So that'd be times 2. Just confirming. It's been a while since we've had any sort of spell-based crit. So that'd be 42 points of radiant damage. Lasting it with this, as you release this bolt of energy to your hand, you see it charges up and feels your hand shaking as you're waiting for the moment where it might be too much to control, and your holy symbol flares as it releases and streaks forward, right behind you. And this is, yeah, I mean, you were technically in melee with it, which would have given you disadvantage on the attack, but
You had
he
advantage.
also has you advantage on him because of that, and we'll say it's fine. It stays there because there were a lot of things give advantage against him and then disadvantage. So yeah, we'll stay with it. Anyway, as you turn around, you release it. Point blank, it slams into the front. You can see where the smoke was swelling around it. It almost seems to be scattered away from the impact of this radiant bolt. And for a second, this image of this kind of obscured shadow humanoid becomes very clear for a second. You can see this extremely muscular humanoid torso with elongated, exaggerated arms and fingers. Seemingly featureless across its body other than its black obsidian torso. No legs, they just sort of disappear into the smoke beneath it. Its head has the long, hooked, bird-like skull beak, and where the eyes are, it's just the smooth.
I'm also
almost,
watching a show right
living
now
texture
on
across
Patreon
the
only called
dark body
Toriko.
itself.
And there's
You
a
can see what looks
character
like
that
faint
resembles
horns
that.
kind of curve around the back.
The beaked
that curl
look.
upward, and as it takes the impact, its head rolls back, and you hear this billowing scream. This as it leans back forward towards you, it looks like it's having a rough moment. Now we get to its turn.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And we're all.
And we have no idea what its hit points are, but it's definitely over 100 points of damage at this point, right? We've seen a 42, a 27, other 20s, multiple Liam attacks.
Based on that, it just zeroes down on the little ball of radiant energy staring before it that just blasted a hole in its form. It's going to go ahead and take all 3 of its strikes at you, Pike,
a disadvantage on its attack.
and has advantage.
So
because
Pike
it's
got him
fire,
angry.
so it can't
If
be
anything,
natural attack.
Pike made him forget about Scalen's vicious mockery.
All right, all right.
That's 21. What's your AC?
20.
20, so that hits.
Damn, your AC's high.
27.
That's why I'm so loud and
Natural
stealth.
1. It was like 19, 1. All right, so. That would be 14 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
I mean, Pike must not have crazy
Oh, no,
hit
sorry,
points, but
you-
she's also a
roll
healer,
there, sorry, that
so
was
she can
14
heal,
plus an
clearly,
additional
obviously.
12. So that's 16 for the first strike.
12. That's 20.
Right, it was 12 on top of the. There's amount. I say it was a 16.
Yeah, it's 26.
14 and then 12.
14, 12. So yeah, 26 damage. 26 psychic damage.
I thought
for
the same
first
thing. I'm
strike,
like, how did that math
and
work?
the second
But
one
good
was
for Sam.
21.
Good, Sam. You killed your own teammate, your own gnome. But it was
Third one
truth.
has 3 attacks. 3 attacks.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, so what was it? So what was the total, sorry?
Be 26 and 21. So yeah, 47 points of psychic damage as its arm reaches out towards you. and strikes. Also, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage.
I mean, 47 might be half of what Pike has, give or take.
Grace. Dignity.
Skype.
Skype.
Aperture.
I'm doing your hunter's mark
Okay,
damage, right, Laura?
20.
Doing your hunter's mark damage? So was that?
20.
20.
20? Yeah, you feel as its claws kind of move through your body, elements of its shadow essence kind of reach up to try and grasp an element of your willpower. You just shrug it off. The might of Sarenrae is too strong, and it has no way of grasping your intent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, get out of here.
Sarenrae.
Unfortunately, that used all of its movement. It cannot withdraw into the room. That'll be the end of its turn. Let's see if that charges. Oh, it does. Okay. That brings us to Grog.
It does?
Yep, you're back up to your turn now.
I want to hit it again.
Go for it.
I can't imagine if they roll right.
Do I have advantage?
Yes.
Very far.
Fair fire.
24.
If they all roll good, I can't imagine they don't kill it this rotation.
21.
Hits. Just barely.
First one's 15.
Okay.
No, that's the wrong dice. 18.
18. Okay. You hit it to the side of its body, and you can see now there's a little bit of small cracks in its black form are starting to form, and you can see a bit of that purplish energy leaking out. It's starting to actually visibly show a difficulty in keeping its corporeal form. So as both blows slam into it, you can see it kind of shaking, and there is a struggle to its movement. Do you want to stay where you are? You want to move?
I'll stay where I am.
Keyleth.
I'm going to. He's totally surrounded, pretty much, right?
Essentially.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna throw up. I'm gonna maintain my fairy fire. I'm gonna.
Really? I thought she like mispronounced it, but nope.
I hold her hair back.
And just say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
How tall is the ceiling?
12 feet.
About 12 feet, yeah.
Yeah, they said that earlier.
Daylight beam and go bing right over top of it like a nice, pretty spotlight.
Okay.
Light it up. That's what Laura said. Laura said, let's light it up because it's
That is a concentration spell.
it needs to be lighted up.
Oh,
It's
did
an
I?
action that lasts for an hour.
Interesting.
Bam!
I don't think that was.
Snap and wave, girl.
All right.
I looked it up just
Nice.
now
So,
because I was curious.
this little spark ball of daylight opens up on the ceiling like a bright spotlight that fills the area. As it does, you can see the creature shrinks away from it, and its smoke actually dissipates, lowering its armor class again.
That's a good move.
All right. And you say where you are? You want to move?
I'll just take another step back.
Okay. Boop.
That's good.
All right. With that. Okay. There's a momentary whisper in the shadow around you,
More whispers.
and the sound of chains. I want you to go ahead, everyone, to make a perception.
The sound of chains.
Sort of what?
Damn.
So close.
Just 26.
19.
20.
20. 17.
16.
Pike.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
16 was the
just
lowest, I
continue
think.
Focusing.
Oh, whispers, whispers, and
Whispers
whispers.
are back. It's like we're
I'm
back
so
in the
happy.
Casa de Willing Land.
Whispers are so
I
exciting.
miss them. I
I
miss
really
them.
did miss the whispers. I hadn't even realized how much I missed them
About
until
whispers and whispers.
today.
Yeah.
I've never seen it until
Actually,
today,
that
and it's
whisper
been whispered
tells
to
here,
half
so
the
you
cast.
know.
Sweet nothings.
Sam?
Really?
He's licking his ear.
Who was the other one? Vex or Travis? Someone up top got whispered to.
Yes.
I feel like it was Grog. Yeah, it was Grog. Sam,
right,
Grog, and now Tal'dorei all got
Mike, you're up.
whispers.
What's your turn?
Oh, okay.
She said she had multiple fourth
I'm
level
gonna
guiding
bolt
bolts.
Okay.
Same deal.
Same deal.
Can't tell you yet. It's not my turn.
Yeah, she said she had multiple fourth level
Go ahead and
guiding
make your,
bolts, and
your-
it hurt.
Single attack roll right now because the previous things.
10.
Okay, so yeah, this time it's ready for you, and it dodges out of the way. The blast hits the stone wall behind it and cracks it slightly. Do you want to move or stay where you are?
Yeah, I'll move away from
It's
it.
so anticlimactic when the roll's bad. When you roll good,
Wait,
it's like,
hold on a
oh,
minute.
this
I
damn.
should
Now it's
probably
like, you
take
miss,
a
bye.
potion or something.
It's up to you.
Are you low?
I'm pretty low.
I feel like she's got to be. She took 42 damage the last
No,
turn.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna take what do I have in here?
Fresca
It just says I have a healing potion. God, I don't know what that means.
means the lowest.
Oh, that'd be the lowest. That's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Didn't you get healed from your own healing?
Yeah, but you just.
Well, I don't have enough. I don't think I have enough left. I want to save them.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
8.
Okay.
Not too
8.
much life there.
Okay, so you heal 8, and did you want to move back or stay where you are?
She dies.
I'll stay.
Okay, so stay where you are. All right.
Hopefully it's not even less her conscience.
Cassandra
Right. Or the Matrix.
keeps running up this way.
Yeah, Cassandra's like way out of our
And,
eyesight now on the
for
map.
a second.
Wait, who's that? Who's going?
That's
oh,
Cassandra.
that's Cassandra.
Yeah, she just keeps running.
We're okay with her running away.
She,
Running away.
maybe-
Percy told her to, though. It wasn't like
Top
she's
is Vex. You're up.
getting away from us.
Yes.
I mean, she is, but Percy told her to.
I'm going to. Who else around him? Pike and Grog.
Pike and Grog, and technically Trinket as well, are all in melee.
All right, then I'm just gonna shoot a couple arrows at him again, man.
Okay.
I just can't. I can't do anything. But he's still advantage, right?
Yes, advantage against them, yes.
So, 21.
21 hits.
I love the music in the background. Every now and then, it kind of like slowly goes away and drifts off, and then kicks back in.
These will be your last holy arrows because you've used 6.
Oh no! I'm out of holy arrows.
Okay, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
okay. No, that's right.
Because
you
one
used
of
two
them
in
was my
previous battle.
exploding arrow.
That's
and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are just regular.
Matt was see, they're all very honest. Honesty is great because Matt could have just let her do more.
21 for the first.
Nice. All right.
Shitballs. Well,
Oh,
there
dear.
you go.
Forget that
Goodbye.
Toss them all.
Hell trip.
It was a 20.
No.
21 for the second.
Nice. 42 points of damage this round. These arrows now find their way towards the cracks that are starting to appear in its chest, and as each one strikes in, these arrows.
See,
actually
in the show,
visibly stay
this
in
battle
the body
lasted
now. What was
5
just
minutes.
kind of amorphous smoke,
Not
after the impact
nearly
of
as
the
much
log
going
begins
on.
to wear itself
And I
down,
feel like
so
Percy
it's
kind of
harder
just dealt
and
with it
harder to keep
for the
its
most
kind of
part.
ethereal form. So now these arrows are sticking out of these cracks of purplish glowing energy, and it's moving a little more sluggishly.
I hide again for my bonus. Whatever.
Okay. So I'm going to make a stealth check.
Scanlan's up again. I've literally almost lost hope that he's going to destroy the gun this turn. This episode.
Good enough. All right.
Do I have my wits about me?
We have like, there's like 15 minutes left.
As
You
my
just, you just feel like there's an aspect. You get the sense you probably don't want to be close to it.
okay. I charge at it. No.
That's the Scanlan I know and love.
That's always worked out so well.
Bye.
I have so little that I
Suddenly,
can
there's a
do
stained glass wall behind me.
I'm so shocked that literally over an hour
bonus
ago.
action, I will, as my movement, I tragically flip the gun to Percy.
Okay.
The 2 pieces.
No,
No,
the one
the
that,
other
you,
gun.
that I gave to him.
In like what was that Martin Lawrence movie, Bad Boys? They're all in slow motion.
Yes, the bad boy move when you jump and catch the gun, Will Smith.
As a bonus action, I will healing word Pike.
Okay.
Did she heal herself? Okay.
No, not she didn't.
Okay, I will healing word her, and I'll say, believe it or not,
You
you're made mostly of air.
never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer.
Number 1. Okay. So 1.
4 plus 5.
24 plus 5.
8.
So he gave the gun back? I thought it tragically was going to fall on the acid on accident or something.
I love it. And then for my move, my action, my whatever you call it.
Hi.
I got
All
fucking
these
nothing,
whatever
man.
you call
I
it,
say to the
trapped
beast, to
in the
whatever it is,
Goondocks.
I say, and another thing. Your smoking encourages minors to smoke and creates an aura that it makes going to restaurants not pleasant. And it's just horrible. Makes your clothes.
I love it because
terrible.
that's
So another
kind of
vicious
how
monster.
Scanlan is in the show, and it would make sense he would be.
Please let him die from this.
These are the best
Please
stats
let this
ever.
be what kills him.
Please, he's laughing like it is. Wouldn't that be like the third time this has happened?
Yes.
All right, roll damage.
Oh.
3d4 psychic damage.
Come on.
8.
8. All right. You can see now it turns to you for a second, and the mark of vengeance fades.
Oh.
As suddenly you feel like you've damaged it mentally enough to the point where it doesn't even want to deal with you anymore. You're far too mean.
You're too mean.
You insulted it so bad that a demon's
Zero?
upset.
Yeah.
Okay, that ends your turn. Percy, you're up.
I yell, Delilah's getting away!
Wait, that's
You
Delilah?
guys all glance over the shackles that are on the ground are now collapsed and empty.
Oh shit!
The gag safely removed from her mouth during this allowed her to cast Misty Step, which is just a verbal-based spell. She is currently.
How far away?
I'm calculating that right now.
And can I see her?
I'm gonna have to ask you to roll perception checks.
I can't believe nobody's commented on Delilah, knowing that Cassandra's running away and they unbound her mouth.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Ungagged her. They ungagged her an hour ago.
She's. There we go. So.
We're morons.
Well, she got out of her
I mean, I wasn't thinking about it except when they originally did it. When they said we're taking the gag out, I was like, this isn't good. They
And
should have
you see
him.
footsteps down the hall. You're not quite sure where she is or how far she's gotten, but you know she's kind of down that way.
Cassandra!
Sandra's right there.
Yeah. Cassandra doesn't notice. She's just been running as you told her to run.
Is Cassandra still
But she heard you
earshot
shout,
range?
and she did hear you shout, and she looked over her shoulder, but not in time for her to see anything happen, because this all happened during the last round, just during your realization.
And could you even have Cassandra help aid in getting Delilah, or would you even want to? Because she might get hurt.
But it's your turn.
Yeah, like that was sloppy, honestly.
Great we left her alive.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's.
I'm fucking pissed.
Maybe she's learned the error of her ways.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm afraid of some sort
What are you doing?
of fail.
She made a deal with basically the devil to
I'm
save her
going to-
husband. She don't learn.
I'm going to
Stammer.
double. God damn it! I'm gonna double my speed. I'm gonna burn my turn double speeding, trying to
Trying to catch up?
catch up.
Okay.
And then as I pass my sister, I yell, "She went this way.
Okay.
She's invisible."
Do I hear
All
that?
right, so you get up.
She went this way. She's invisible.
I hear it.
We hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Percy's turn. Go
So sorry, everybody.
for the situation. Go make a perception check.
All right.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
In all honesty, it's everyone's fault because somebody else on their turn could have corrected the situation. I feel like everyone was so into Orthax, including myself, that it just got
My
sidestepped.
inspiration die 8. 15. 23.
23. Okay. I mean, you see a couple of recent footsteps, but you don't see them freshly being made. So you know she's not too far
I'm gonna
yet.
follow that path of footsteps.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on them.
Okay, good to know. Vax, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action and dash and run 60 feet after Percy to catch up.
You're not gonna kill the smoke beast?
Yeah, like everyone's. I mean, I feel like it's almost dead, and they're all like running after
Dash
Delilah.
Movement to get there. So
Yeah.
you move up 60.
So that's 60 feet from where I
Yeah.
was. Okay, and I'm going to throw a dagger after. Well, can I do perception check and that, or is that two different things?
Honestly, once the creature's invisible and you don't know where it was, you don't even really get a chance to check at this distance. So it's just rolling. It's attack with disadvantage.
All right, I'm going to attack a disadvantage then.
All right.
That is 40.
I don't think that hits.
It's a miss.
Yeah, it's a miss. That's not very high.
Belt.
The only thing is, Delilah is missing an arm, in a lot of pain.
Rolled 18.
How fast could she go?
Uh, 7 plus 11 is indeed 18. Go ahead and roll damage.
Thanks. Thanks, sis.
No problem.
See, this could be the final blow. I can't imagine this will not end. We're 2 hours in. I can't imagine this won't end with
8.
the destruction.
8. Okay.
But she was almost unconscious.
She'll leave it to Trill.
So at this point, as you're running, you're rushing forward. To the left of your ear, you hear a poof,
Oh, she fell.
and you glance over your shoulder, and there, face down on the ground, is Delilah, sprawled out, face down in the dirt, with a single dagger sticking out of the center of her back.
Did he kill her?
For a second.
And then it's gone.
And blood begins to out from the wound.
She's dead. You killed her.
All right,
Is she?
We don't know
I
yet.
have to go and inspect.
I hope they didn't kill her like that after everything.
Orthax is going to move here, still remaining melee, and is going to use a secondary rampage pulse since it recharges. Gives out another desperate scream outwards in the vicinity. 20-foot radius. I need Keyleth, Vex, Trinket, Pike, and Grog to all make wisdom saving throws with advantage.
And Trinket, because Trinket's just been standing as like a barrier between them.
Well,
I'm very wise.
Vex would,
Wait,
Why is this perk?
19 for me.
okay.
Look at Talzin and Marisha.
22.
13 for Trinket.
Okay. So Vex,
Not wise.
Vex, Keyleth, and Pike, you guys all take 5 points of psychic damage as you kind of cover your ears momentarily. Grog and Trinket both take 10 points of psychic damage. Both turn immediately flanking Pike, who has been the Radiant Blaster across this entity. I need you to go ahead and make an attack, and I need Trinket to go ahead and make an attack against Pike. You guys both have advantage because she's in the Fairy Fire.
Oh, damn it.
It's very
Yes, 3 and a 4. 13.
13, okay.
Is Vex?
It rolled a natural 20.
Whoa!
All right. So Pike, this blast comes out ringing in your ears, and
Oh,
as your
great.
vision comes back to you and you look up, all you see is Grog lifting this giant hammer with his eyes kind of clouded in the same black smoke material. You bring up your shield, and as the hammer comes down, striking it, you know there's a bruise going to be on your forearm tomorrow because the sheer force of it hits you, but at the same time, you know it's not the friend you grew up with. And you look up into his face as the cloud fades, and you can see an expression of immediate regret on his face.
Hey, at least it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Before you can respond, though, the bear behind you, Trinket, snarls and latches in. Go ahead and roll damage.
Natural 20.
Bite attack or a claw attack?
I'm gonna have to probably go bite on this.
Oh no.
Trinket could do her in. Could maybe?
So roll the dice, and then that times.
She was already worse for wear.
That's 11.
So you take 11 points of piercing damage as all of a sudden Trinket
Okay.
sinks his jaws into the back of your shoulder. You
Times
feel.
Times 2.
Oh,
Oh, because it's a.
oh, that wasn't with the multiply. What'd you roll on the dice?
It's dice times
No, I rolled 11.
With
On the dice,
advantage,
the
got a
22
natural
plus whatever the modifier is.
What? No, I mean I rolled.
Oh,
no,
that's
no.
8 plus the modifier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so 16 plus whatever the modifier is.
Just-
19 then.
No,
That's
I
double.
rolled 4 times
That's
2
double.
is 8.
Got you.
Plus
I
the
see.
modifier of 7.
7 is 15.
There we go. Thank you
Okay.
so much for clarification.
Yes, please
16 points of
explain.
piercing damage.
Math, everybody.
You just got mauled.
I feel like I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just
Flinch down, you
from
feel the
experience.
armor
I feel like
plate
Laura
jamming
has the
together,
most
it kinda
trouble
wrenches
with
your
the
shoulder out of
die
socket. Not enough to
numbers
actually,
and stuff.
do
That
too much
everything in
damage.
this episode
And
that
immediately
was
Trinket pulls away, and you hear this whine behind you. This,
Oh no.
and the nose
It
kind of
feels
rubs
so
against your
bad,
head.
Mike.
I put my hand out and touch his nose and tell him it's okay.
I mean, clearly it's not their fault, but
Okay. Orthax is in a point where. No, Orthax is gonna try. Orthax is gonna
Pike
turn.
has to be very low on energy
to
because her
take
healing
that
didn't
now.
heal
And you
much,
guys,
and she just took another
Yes, I know.
20
Grog and
something
Pike
damage,
and
30
Trinket all
maybe,
attack opportunities.
30 something.
Kill him.
With advantage?
Trinket's
With
pissed.
advantage, yeah, because he's.
Natural 20.
Oh!
First roll. Don't even need to do it again.
How do you roll?
That 20's all up in
Okay,
this
so-
bitch.
24.
Okay, and Pike?
16.
16 does not hit, unfortunately. So, Pike, you swing loud, still from the pain of Trinket's attack, And, you know, Grog coming at you, you swing wide and it just passes through the space behind it. Grog, roll with additional d12 too, because you're brutal critical.
Kill him.
Brutal critical.
13
Yeah, so
for Trinket.
13 for Trinket, awesome.
22.
Guys, this thing's got to almost be over.
31 total. How do you and Trinket want to?
There's 5 minutes left. Oh, they're gonna kill it.
Hey, did you kill him? Yeah! Oh, yes!
I'd like to pick up the hammer and slam him down to the ground just so he's at Trinket's head height.
And then right when he gets to his height, Trinket reaches up and bites him as hard as he can and lashes him around like a dog with a toy.
Yeah.
Okay. As you slam it on the ground, the smoke billows out around it and dissipates for a moment, where as opposed to its obscured form, you now have a very clear view of its physical body, just a little bit of smoke trailing about where its lower torso and legs would be, as it kind of, its arms reach out, and it looks up, its head shaking as the purple cracks are rising up its body. It looks up straight into the face of Trinket, who snarls. And just lunges out, clamping on.
That reminds me, the visual reminds me of something.
In the air.
Like,
As the body dissipates into smoke and sinks into the ground.
I'm thinking of the Hulk when he
Black
bashed
shadow
Loki like a madman.
races up the hallway in the direction of Percy. Percy, as you stop and looking over, you look down just in time for the shadow to kind of reach your legs, and you feel this cold rise up your body, and then slowly dissipate into this little nugget of cold in the center of your chest, and then vanish.
So it's hiding in Percy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He disappears. It disappeared. Maybe it disappeared forever.
Or maybe it's always gonna be there,
Haunting us.
haunting us.
While he's thinking, I walk up to Delilah,
Wait.
grab her by the
No,
clothes,
wait.
drag her to the side of the wall, and
Wait.
prop her up, and turn to Percy, and say, "In this."
Cassandra?
Cassandra is now...
Percy's like, wait, he didn't want Liam to kill her.
She clutches the rapier in her hand, and you can see her hand shaking, just the tension of the muscles in her fingers, clenching it as hard as she possibly can, as she walks up with each slow, quiet step echoing across the stone. Delilah up against the wall, like...
So this is different too, because Cassandra did it, but different.
Coughing, conscious, with her one, missing arm in the side. The blood's beginning to ooze now from the wound, as just the sheer force of all the movement has torn the wounds fresh open, and she's there, and she looks over in the corner of her eye and turns, seeing the rest of you, and sees Cassandra. As Hunter steps up, she holds the rapier at her side, staring down, this time just a single tear cresting down the side of her cheek. Delilah looks up and goes, "You could have been my daughter." She looks down at Delilah and says, "No. Cassandra is a Delilah, and you took them away from me. And now we're taking everything away from you." And just thrust the rapier forward, right into the chest. As it hits her, it actually pulls her up about a foot against the wall. The sheer force of the wound.
In the show, through the neck, and it was done without our knowledge.
Last breath escaping from Delilah's mouth. Her arm falls limp to the side. A moment of tension passes, and Cassandra's just still holding her there, her head down, her hair in front of her face, just shaking.
And are they using the rapier that was Silas's? Because they didn't in the show.
I put my hand on her shoulder and gently pull her back.
Rapier withdrawals, and the body just tumbles to the ground. She looks back at you. Face just a mess. Thank you.
We have a lot to do.
We do. And she hands the rapier back to you. And she grabs the scruff of Delilah's collar and begins dragging her up the hallway towards the castle.
Wait, I meant to loot her earlier, and it didn't happen. Sorry, I really like that.
She drops the body and gives you a look. Hurry. There's one thing I've learned here in Whitestone, is that things do not stay dead long.
What?
Seeing as I'm 50 feet ahead of my sister, I walk ahead of
Don't
her
you fucking
and
do
kneel
this.
down and
Do
check.
not you do
Is
it.
she wearing a cloak?
Okay. Inspecting the body, you find
She runs over and does it before Vax,
a
or
very
Vex.
fine pair of metallic bracers.
Yes.
For archery purposes?
You're not here.
You're not here. Hey, they're brother and sister. It's allowed to be
The
playful.
robe, though soaked with blood, is very, very well made.
All right, let's take it.
Okay, so roll up the robe.
Let's take the robe.
Her cloak is.
No, that's what I meant. The cloak. I leave the robe.
No, take everything.
Okay, leave the robe.
Take everything.
I mean, you might as well take everything. Is there limits to? I mean, there's probably limits to how much you could carry at some point.
The cloak in itself, it looked like cloth at a distance. Close up, you can see it's actually like a very fine, dark black purple fur. And down at the side of it, you see dangling these two, almost like long tentacles that end in these little cupping, spiked elements. It's looks like it was carved from a creature at one point.
This is the cloak.
The cloak.
Can I do a nature check to see?
Go for it.
I think I know what it is.
Looking at it. I get up in time to smack
Yeah.
him upside the head.
Vex even made it a point to say, I wanted to search her before, and Vax beats her. That's great.
Cloak at display.
I got the cloak and I just walk away from it and leave my sister to go sick on the rest of it.
Okay. Okay, there on the ground lies a.
She's naked.
She's like naked.
Yeah,
Good job,
she's pretty
brother.
she's mostly nude other than her undergarments.
I toss the robe back. I smoke.
So that's it, guys. That was episode 35 of Critical Role's Campaign 1. There was a lot of differences. I briefly will go over some of the ones that stood out in my mind. A lot of the Delilah ones. We're also going to talk about part 1 and 2 because I didn't have a chance to talk at the end of the last one. I ran through and watched the entire 2-hour plus video in one sitting. So I didn't get a chance to talk about both, and I didn't want to put up a 2.5-hour video by the time I do the intro and exit. So this is going to be both part 1 and part 2 talk. Delilah dies much more brutally and differently, obviously, than in the actual campaign. I feel like because they're limited on time, and they say this themselves in the Q&As and the interviews and stuff, that because they're limited on time, they have to kind of condense everything very fast. So you'll have like what is an hour-and-a-half battle with Orthax shown up in about a 5 to 10 minute battle scene in the actual episode itself. So there's not a whole lot they could do in the way of actually mimicking exactly what they did in the campaign. But Delilah loses an arm, they cauterize the wound, or I don't know if they intentionally did it or not, but the wound is cauterized. She's missing an arm. She is stabbed through the stomach. I did see people write in the comments already from the first one that I already posted that it is a different sword, but even though Percy does have a rapier, he also does have Silas's sword, which is a broadsword or something like that. I think people said it's like a broadsword or a master sword or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of Link from The Legend of Zelda with the master sword. But people said in the comments that Percy has both swords and that at some point he gives the other sword to Grog. So they basically just sum that all up by cutting out the middleman and throwing it right to Grog in the show. That was another difference. Subtle differences all over the place. The major difference I saw in the battle with Orthax was they were fighting in what looked like, according to what Matt had on the diagram, a small corridor, very limited space. Also, the freaking thing went into a wall. They had to kind of plan around that without knowing that was a thing. Then it came around the other side, surprise attacked him. We heard Marisha talking about fairy fire, which I still am not 100% clear on. They were saying, all right, when you're inside this 20-foot radius, I think it was 20, 10 foot, whatever it was. They're inside the radius. So when you're inside the radius, you get a advantage on that person. Like, so whatever's inside that radius, you get an advantage when you attack it. But would it have gotten an advantage if they were in it too? Because when Sam was like, I don't want this shit on me, and Marisha's like, all right, then get out of here. And he does get out of there. And then people started backing out of the fairy fire. I'm thinking, like, what is the advantage of backing out? That they can't get attacked with an advantage? Is that what it was? Because if that's the case, then it was understood. But I feel like I was missing something that was going on deeper than that. Besides that, Orthax is amazingly awesome. They showed all the different designs in the Q&A that I also posted around this same time. I could be wrong. I have to go back. Like I said in other videos, when I watch these, I second guess what I actually saw in The Legend of Vox Machina. It's one of those things where when I hear it a different way, I'm like, wait, did I see it like that? And even if I think I did, I doubt myself. So I have to go back and watch the final episode after having seen this, because I feel like the vast majority of the last 2 videos I did had to do with the final episode. Maybe a little bit towards the end of episode 11, but the majority was episode 12. So I got to go back and look, and I got to see exactly how it went down specifically now that I could see it and compare it. When you have nothing to compare it to, it's very hard to remember every detail because you don't really know what details are going to be important as far as a comparison goes. I mean, I enjoy both ways equally. Maybe I like one over the other. I mean, I definitely like the Orthax battle in the campaign because it's just dragged out for an hour and a half, and I was engaged the entire time. There was no downtime, even when they're figuring out the roles and there's like a little bit of a pause so they could kind of collect themselves and figure out exactly how they're going to do things. I'm totally engaged and on board, and everything is interesting to me as far as the mechanics of how it works. And I'm not even involved, so I could only imagine what it's like to be part of the game. They had this whole thing with Cassandra, who was running away because Percy told her to, and then Delilah kind of almost escaped, and then they had to find her again, and then they killed her differently, like I had said in the beginning. But the whole thing was done amazingly. Orthax battle, you guys just saw it. It's like an hour and a half long. Amazing, amazing battle. I don't know what to pick out of it because everything together makes it so freaking epic. Even the whole thing where like Percy starts threatening Orthax, it's so great. I am exhausted. I had just spent all day editing up like 7 or 8 videos. As you can see in my face, I'm falling asleep. I feel like my eyes are red as red could be. So I am going to tomorrow jump into another video. Someone did post in the comments another time-stamped video. It is a spoiler-free Ripley video. I saw the comment and then had other people confirm, and most, if not all of them, have already confirmed and said that it's not spoilery. It's about a 10 or 15 minute video, and I'm going to do that at some point tomorrow, but we'll get a little more background on Ripley. We'll see how it was done in the campaign. Besides that, if you guys find any more Origin content, or if you can timestamp something and it's interesting or worth viewing, there is so many things I want to view with the very, very end. But a lot of people said there are so many spoilery risks you will take if you try to watch the campaign video that deals with the dragons flying in at the end. So we're probably going to have to put that on hold, but we'll see. You guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, and hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link's in front of me. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.